Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to MT and Mommy Trader and all things investing, my name is Shalise. I am a mama, I am a wife. I have 3 children, a teenage daughter and 2 boys, one who has special needs, and we are trying to achieve something called FIRE, which is financial independence. Retire early, financial independence, relax early, financial independence, rest early. I mean, just to be able to do what we want to do. So not just retire and do nothing, though sometimes that is nice, but to be able for my husband to start his own business full time, for me to be able to continue to grow and expand MT Finance, that includes Mommy Trader, and we need to have our own time to be able to do that, right? And so that is why we're trying to grind so hard. We are first generation millionaires. And if you are looking for beginner investing content, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I show my real numbers in all of our accounts. I have 15 of them. So go back through the playlist. You'll be able to see cryptocurrency, NFTs, our net worth. I take you out where we're going to look at rental properties. I filmed our rental property. So go back and take a look, and that way you can get encouraged and hopefully be able to start your own journey. I'm a big fan of financial knowledge. I do believe in spreading what I have learned to other people so that they can also plant their own seeds and grow. So if you want to know more about that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join us. Yes, you've seen me in the same shirt, in the same spot, because you already know I bulk record. That's the only way I can keep up with YouTube, and I love that, I can just kind of streamline my content in advance, if that makes sense. So let's talk about, this topic of being scared to spend money. And trust me, like I said, I've been there, because when you get on the right track, you're budgeting now, you're saving now, you're paying off debt, you see that this method works, and then something comes up. Maybe it could be the car has a flat tire, or there was a flood in your house. And it doesn't even have to be an emergency like that. It could be you want to get some new clothes. You need new clothes, but you don't want to spend the money because, you're in this routine now. You're used to doing things, and now you don't want to spend money right now. You're scared to spend money. It makes you anxious to do it. And I want to let you guys know that coming from that place, you don't want an unhealthy relationship with money like that, because it should never have those negative feelings associated with it. And I'm going to give you 3 things that affected me, and I'm going to share with you guys how I overcame them, so that not only do I have a healthy relationship with money, my husband cracks me up when he tells me I'm like this a lot. He's like, you're like so bossy with the money. I'm like, yeah, I'm not bossy in terms of being stingy, but if I don't like something that our account is doing, I change it. If I don't like something that, like a rental property that we're considering to buy, I have so much authority now over our money because my mindset is different. And I want you guys to have the same type of mindset, that you don't want to be scared to spend money. You have to spend money. You have the money, but you're nervous to take it out your envelope. You're nervous to withdraw the money because you don't want to see the number fall down. And like I said, I've been there, but I want to help you to overcome that, because we want to have good money habits. And this is going to get you started on that path. So the one thing that I really struggled with when, being on this journey, and I'm not editing this video out at all, one of the things that I struggled a lot when I first started is trauma. And money trauma is a very, very real thing. It's not talked about a lot. And when it is talked about, it's glossed over. But growing up like I did, there was a lot of trauma. Most of everything that was wrong or negative in my household was attached to money. It was if somebody didn't pay the bills, if somebody owed somebody else money, if we got an eviction notice because somebody lost a job. There were times when somebody wouldn't get a job. I mean, it was all of these different types of situations going on, and money was at the center of it. So growing up like that, I was like, you know what? And I'll tell you this, it kind of synced into relationships that I had as well. And this is before I met my husband, because you get into these relationships and you grew up with this trauma. And what you do is you come into these relationships, and instead of having good, healthy conversations about money, you come in making demands. You come in with this idea of no, this is not how it's going to be, and this is this way, and this is going to be that way if you don't. And I'm telling you guys, that's not a great way to, number one, start or enter a relationship, and number two, it's not a good approach to long-term healthy money habits. And I had to learn to let that stuff go in my past, and this is really hard, letting stuff go. You go through this stuff, it's etched in your mind, but I cannot tell you how much therapy helps, how much counseling helps, how much prayer helps, journaling. You guys know I'm a fan of visuals, right? Keep a diary, keep a journal, keep a tracker or something to track your progress, because I'm telling you, it will sneak up on you and you will feel like, I have to get 10 jobs because I don't want to be without $10,000 in my account. I mean, it's really, really real like that. And it kind of goes into the second point that I want to make. And this is talking about like financial scarcity, like the scarcity mindset. Again, another like thing that I went through because I was scared to spend money, had the money, had more than enough money. And it wasn't even a thing like I was making money and idle. It was, again, past childhood things. I don't know if you guys know how it feels to have an eviction notice on your door, or to be sitting at the dining room table and the lights go out, or be in the middle of taking a bath and the water turns cold because they turned off the hot water. This stuff is like really real. And so you grow up thinking, I'm saving everything. And remember, I splurged and kind of went crazy in my 20s, but when I got on the right track, I'm talking about, I didn't want to spend anything. Like, I wanted to have a beefy savings account, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start to see yourself reacting in the way of, I have the money, an emergency came up, and I don't want to take it out. Like, I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I got to say $10,000. That is something unhealthy developing. And again, I'm being very, very real with you guys. And one of the things I had to tell myself, and my husband helped me with this, is that just because it goes up under the number you want doesn't mean it can't get back up there again. That's why you have all of these savings challenges. That's why you have a budget. That's why you're investing, because the ball keeps rolling. It doesn't stop because you have to use it. And then also something else that helped me was remembering the bad in terms of where I was financially. Thank God I have the money. And this is something I heard somebody say in a church. Look for the positive in things, because if you complain about having the money and you don't actually use it to fix the problem, what if it gets taken away? Then you really would have a problem. And I had to change my perception and my thinking towards that, because like I said, I just didn't want to spend the money. Had the money, but I didn't want to see the account go below a certain number. But what I started to realize was that I was thankful that I had the money, that I didn't have to go to Visa or MasterCard or Discover with the 24.99 interest rate and do monthly payments to pay it off for the next year. I had the money right there. I slept better at night. And you know what I did? It challenged me to, like, okay, let's get this account back up to where it was. Do a no spend, do a no eating out challenge, maybe, do a savings challenge or something like that. And you'll be surprised how fast it gets back up to where you want it. So again, I've been there with the scarcity mindset, not wanting to spend anything, and had the money. And these were necessities. Like, you're sitting there, the fridge is calling you, is making noises, is not cold enough. You got the money. It's like, girl, go get that refrigerator. You got babies now. And then the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that I struggled with when it comes to like being scared to spend money and how I overcame was fear. Now, this is a big one, because when you start to get on this journey and you start to learn new things about finances, like investing or different things like that, it prevented me from taking the first step, again, because of past issues. I grew up hearing about the investing or the stock market is a scam. It's gambling. It's like going to a casino. And so for a long time, I didn't do it because it was like, well, if I put my money in, then somebody's going to take it, then I'm not going to have anything. And it was because I didn't go into this prepared. And again, this is what all of this, if you're struggling with trauma, money trauma, if you're struggling with a scarcity mindset, or even money fears, one thing that helps is knowledge. Knowledge changes things. Knowledge empowers you. Knowledge really fights fear on your behalf when you know and study, and you can go and watch interviews by people who have been doing this for a long time. And then again, my husband is so funny. He's like, okay, Shalise, why are you listening to people who don't have two nickels to rub together? And I was like, what? He said, now you got people over here who are thousandaires, who are millionaires, who are where you're trying to get. And they are telling you, no, you're not gambling by being a knowledgeable investor, by doing your research, by being consistent and diversified. You're not just gambling in the stock market when you do it that way. And when you are consistent in doing it that way, you will see your money grow. And when I decided to just, go ahead and listen to my husband and try this process out, I started to see results with our finances versus allowing fear and other people's opinions. And that's another one. Other people's opinions, especially in your family. And like my husband say, you're going to take financial advice from somebody who don't have two nickels to rub together, but you won't listen to somebody who is showing you how to do this, what they do, and how you can get there as well. And I was like, oh, wow. I mean, when you put it like that, I guess I was. And this is why I had to kind of repurpose my energy. Again, there's nothing wrong with being cordial with family, having a good time. But when it comes to certain things in my life, like finances, and I don't see any good examples in that area, I'm going to where I see the success, where I see movement. And that's online. That's some social media, not all social media, but I'm talking about there's good social media sites and channels. YouTube is a blessing. Instagram, certain pages on there that can educate you, open up your mind to what's possible with your money. We are fortunate right now with technology and the internet. Now there's some crazy things on the internet, but if you're looking for the good stuff, like there's channels like mine, there are many podcasts out there right now. There are free webinars and interviews that you can watch with Warren Buffett and different investors who've been doing this a long time to really dissipate a lot of the negativity when it comes to fear and our finances. Even if you're getting started with budgeting. There's so many budgeting channels, people who are documenting their journey. They paid off debt. They bought a house. They started investing. Shout out to Erica over at Black and Blue. They are saving up money to buy a house. There are so many people out here that even started late that are investing and saving for their grandchildren. You can find somebody that came from where you came from or in the same shoes that you're in right now. And that's one good way to kind of dispel fear. And so if you feel like, what, I'm scared to spend money, I struggle with money trauma, I struggle with a scarcity mindset, I struggle with fear about money, let this video be that encouragement that you need. Oh my goodness, she's sitting here talking about all of these things that she struggled with and she was able to overcome these. Now, keep in mind, sometimes those thoughts do come up, but guess what I do? I track everything. I track everything and I'm able to come back to this channel because it serves as a video diary and I can go back to a year ago. And a lot of you guys encourage me as well. We can encourage each other in this community. So if you feel like it, just really look for the positive in things. You don't want to spend money, but if you have it, be thankful that you have it because you remember one time when you had an emergency and you didn't have the funds to cover it. And like I said, you can make it a challenge to yourself to save it back up again. Okay. And you will be surprised how faster it will take you this time to do so. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know how you guys feel about this subject matter. Did you ever struggle with fear or trauma or a scarcity mindset when it comes to your finances? Because especially if you don't come from much like me, it's really, really real. You're kind of like a deer in headlights. You don't know what direction to go, but we're thankful for this type of platform. We can come on and share and maybe spread this word so that other people can also overcome and develop good habits with their money. And when you develop good habits with your money, you'll be able to become like a true boss mama or boss papa. I don't like my account over there, so I'm going to take my money out and put it over here. Oh, I don't like how that credit card company is treating me, but because I don't have no debt, I'm taking my business over here. I want to buy a house. I don't like this lender. I'm going to this lender because they give me a better interest rate because my credit went back up because I paid down my debt. This is the type of empowerment we can have over our money. So I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, go on and subscribe. hit that little bell notification button so that you don't miss an upload. If you're interested in opening up a Webull account, you deposit 1 penny. I know you got a penny somewhere, and you get 5 free stocks valued up to $300. I said $300,000. I wish. Up to $300. And some of you have been getting some great companies. So I really am thankful for all of you who use the referral link. It's down below if you want to use it. And again, leave me some comments about the topic, guys, because this is a really, I think, a good subject that isn't talked about much in the finance or budgeting community, and I'm always open for dialogue. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, you already know, I'll see you in the next one, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.